Hello everyone, I'm Brian. Today I'm reacting to what is the difference between spirituality and God. So, as a matter of fact, when I'm looking up this video, I usually type, I'm sorry, when I'm looking for the image of this video, so it gave me the definition of what's the difference. So it said God is something external, well-defined, and has a name. Spirituality is finding God within themselves. Interesting. So let's go ahead and, well, there you go. We got the definitions. We can skip the video now. Let's go ahead and get started. We got it. We're good.
Again, who decides? You decide. Suppose you are, since birth, you are fixated on the idea of one supreme personality that you've been kind of attracted to, like Mother Goddess or Shiva, whatever. We are not here to undermine that. We are saying your temperament is such that you can only relate to idea of spirituality by focusing on some super personality. Abrahamic traditions are fixated on that. In Hindu tradition, most Hindus, in fact, like to kind of link up with one personality, super personality, and build their life in that belief. We say that's fine. That is their way of understanding spirituality or making progress spiritually. So be it. But suppose you are against the freedom is given to you. Suppose your individual says, no, this idea of a God in the heaven and kind of supervising me, overseeing me, I find it not acceptable. I rather feel that the thing that I was trying to focus on as the spirit in the heavens, as this personalized God, is actually more visible in here and now, in humanity. So if your particular temperament is such that you prefer to think of God in humanity, then you will automatically not be attracted to the idea of some super personality. Look, my example, I'm telling you truthfully. If somebody says, go in the temple and tinkle bell, and so I don't mind other people doing it, I'm not trying to stop them. But it doesn't appeal to me. I rather see God in humanity.
I do too. That I can kind of get behind a little bit. But I do fear, like, again, with religion, extremes of the religions, where a lot of people who believe in God within themselves, or believe, how do I say, God's talking through them, God's telling them what to do, that they see themselves as God. So the God that they see, that they think is separate from themselves, is actually the God of themselves. And so basically, what is it? They think they're seeing this God that matches them perfectly, one-on-one on their beliefs and everything that they think. It's like, yes, God is thinking this, but in reality, it's themselves. Again, these are the extremists of religious people, or just extreme people in general who have extreme views, who justify their actions, whether it be they justify it themselves or they justify it through a God. That becomes very dangerous. And I guess in anything that you do, whether it be religion or looking inwardly, that you have extreme points of views, it can become a problem.
So when I go to primary school, children say, which God do you believe in, Mr. Lakhani? I say, the one who's looking at me through those eyes now. And they go, they feel charged up as well. God in humanity is, if you like, transition. What I'm suggesting is, as time goes on, more and more youngsters, Hindu as well as non-Hindu, are going to subscribe to the idea of spiritual humanism. There is more to us than matter. And so Richard Dawkins is right on humanism, but not materialistic humanism. Humanism that's got this edge, a spiritual dimension. That's why we are special, not because we are a lump of carbon. So I'm suggesting as humanity evolves, there will be more and more youngsters keen to look at spiritual humanism rather than materialistic humanism, and rather than gods and goddesses in the heaven.
I guess that's interesting, actually. I was thinking about, as he was talking about the kids, about if we continue to portray this idea that the God that's looking at me through the eyes, that perhaps that if they see God as something good, all good, nothing evil, then hopefully they aspire to do good while they're young. Although I'll say this, I do not support any religion in church, especially for the young age, until college. Then at college, at that point, all the religions, all the whatever you want on there, and at least you're a full-grown adult. You have your thinking faculties there, and you can make sound judgment. When you're a kid, you're very impersonable, and you'll believe anything that people tell you. Kids tend to look up to their parents and to adults for factual things, And when I say factual things, because sometimes what they say is not factual, but just they look up to them for information to live the world, and if they hear it from a parent or an adult, they'll tend to believe it. So it's very kind of impressionable for kids. But when they get to the teenage years, around 16, I suppose, I don't know what the right age is, but that's why I say just whenever they go to college, full blown, get whatever you want, believe whatever you want, go to any religion, learn about whatever religion you want. At that point, you're an adult. You have your own life. You're fully responsible for yourself. You shouldn't be impressionable. You should always look at things through a skeptical point of view. Don't automatically believe stuff. But yeah, but that's kind of a hard thing. But anyways, there's a lot of things also. This is kind of weird when they talk about kids and how I said I don't believe it to be taught in school, especially at a young age. There's things going on in the United States right now that they're trying to push on young kids, which again I do not support, because this follows with any religion. It doesn't matter how good or bad it is, and any kind of ideas. Should be teaching them English, math, science, reading, sports. All that is fine, but anything else other than that is very, very questionable, especially when you as a parent are trusting the schools to teach your kids just those things and no one else's ideas. But anyways, that's my reaction to what is the difference between spirituality and God. It kind of links in with the last video. If you like my content, please consider subscribing, thumbs up, thumbs down below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next vid.